Welcome to the Mel Harry Show.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another fantastic episode of the Mel Harry Show. So, today I again have a very good friend of mine who is going to be my guest for this episode. So, I'd like to introduce you all to Tim Porter, who is not only a fellow creative in screenwriting as well, and that's basically how we started to connect, but he's also the Chief Technology Officer of HearUp. Welcome, Tim. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Mel. It's great to be here.
Oh, you are very welcome. So, Tim, of course, within your role, so you're working at HearUp. Can you tell us a little bit more about HearUp and your role within the company?
Absolutely. Year Up is an educational nonprofit. We focus on closing the opportunity divide and providing young adults ages 18 to 29 education opportunities and workforce training, i.e., internships, to prepare them for corporate America. And we're one of the longest in the business in the United States and most successful. We've shown through a number of different studies and surveys over the years that we add about $8,000 a year, or about 40% in lifetime earnings for our participants. And with college getting more and more and more expensive, especially traditional four-year college, we act as a viable alternative into the workplace.
Excellent, brilliant. So, what is your role as Chief Technology Officer? Like, for those of people that don't know what that role is about, what would you do on a day to day?
Oh man, on a day-to-day basis, I'm in a lot of meetings. uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in charge of our core technology function. So if you think a stereotypical IT department, our infrastructure systems, networks, servers, IT support, also all of our enterprise applications, both internal and external facing, all of our CRM systems. So our student-facing systems, our corporate partner and donor-facing systems, and then also in charge of IT security. So keeps me busy on a day-to-day basis.
Definitely does, and I bet you're getting every sort of question within the organisation. It's like, Tim, how do we do this? Or something's wrong. Help me. I
Yeah,
can imagine.
that is exactly it, and it's really exciting working at a nonprofit because I was in the corporate America for 20 plus years, and it was really eye-opening joining a nonprofit a few years ago, where you might not have budget for something, but you can always ask other organizations or foundations or individuals to donate money if you have a great idea. So the idea of like asking others for money, like this has been a huge education in my nonprofit career, which is only a few years old now. So it's been really exciting, not only thinking about what we can do, but what we could possibly do if we had the funding and with the energy to pursue it.
Can we talk a little bit more about the initiatives that you are currently working on or involved in, especially from the diversity aspect?
Yeah, we are a nationwide organization here in the United States. So we have over 20 locations where we serve our students. And our primary delivery model, our direct service model, is a 1 year program that drives roughly 6 years of classroom, hybrid, virtual, on premise. Everything is a little bit different after COVID. But 6 years of learning and skills such as cybersecurity, project management, IT support, banking, customer service, and then 6 months in internships in corporate America. So I'm a coach right now in Europe, Greater Boston, and some of my students are in internships at like JP Morgan Chase and Harvard University, right? So really exciting opportunities for our students to participate in corporate America and then hopefully be transitioned or converted into full-time employees at those organizations. We are also finding that a fits all approach is not always accurate. Sometimes our students need 6 months of learning and development and 6 months of a work-based learning experience to be ready for full-time corporate America. But we have such a diverse base of students that we're trying to find different programs and different ways to get our participants into the workplace sooner. So whether it is a multi-week boot camp or a 6-month program instead of a 1-year program, and we also have a wholly owned subsidiary that is a talent placement agency that some students may be ready to get into the workplace very quickly, and we can help them with that as well.
Amazing. That's absolutely brilliant because, again, quite like yourself, it's just so, I'm very much an advocate of trying to make sure that there's opportunities for everyone because no one needs that stop or something there to kind of stop or halt their career path if they want to move forward. And it's really good to see such an organization that can enable that with so many different initiatives. I know on conversation like we just kind of touched on things around the Mass Bio Ed program, Lone Pine Foundation, and also Grads of Life. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that? So maybe if in order, maybe we'll speak about the Mass Bio Ed, for example. Like, give us a bit of insight into that.
Yeah, this is a really exciting project that is being sponsored by the city of Boston. So Mayor Wu, back in February of this year, announced a very large grant to help the local biotechnical firms in the Boston area. We're a big biotech hub in the United States. And we're also an education hub. And the mayor is really trying to get the local training providers, including folks like Year Up, to partner with the local organizations and drive career opportunities for Boston residents. We have a lot of college students, a lot of people travel from all over or move from all over the country for the jobs we have here in the Boston area. But this is a really great opportunity to really prioritize the citizens of Boston
Yeah.
that and provide them with very good jobs in the area with some of the leading firms. So this is going to be a little bit of a different project. We're used to, as an organization, being the partner that is providing the direct learning experience. We are training our students. For this project, we're going to be acting as a bit of a broker between various training providers, community colleges, other nonprofit organizations like Year Up, and almost be a broker to match those talented individuals who reside in Boston to the opportunities that may not have been available to them otherwise. So we're looking to serve at least a couple of thousands of Boston residents by the end of next year. So this is a pilot program, and we're really hoping to be able to develop business models so we can spread this to other industries, to other parts of the country, and really build a foundation for a new product that would help us close the opportunity divide even faster around the country.
Yeah, absolutely. What a positive, such a positive initiative. I mean, what has been the buy-in like with the other organizations? Have they been like really positive about it, kind of ready to kind of bring in those individuals, or are you not at liberty to say, obviously?
It's been a positive experience so far. We're in the early parts of it, and really right now we're looking to design an appropriate data structure and portal for both the training partners who will be registering Boston residents. They'll need to access some sort of portal as well, and then also a similar portal for all of the large corporate partners. Like Vertex is an excellent partner here in the Vertex Pharmaceuticals, excellent partner here in the Boston area. We need to figure out a way to securely handle all of that data, a lot of personal
Yeah,
identifiable information. We're
definitely.
working with organizations in highly controlled industries. So
Mm,
really kind of building the data architecture and methods so that all of the partners can drive the benefits they're looking for. So this is really a new greenfield opportunity for Year Up. And we're working with some of our large partners like Salesforce, AWS, huge strategic partners of Year Up.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
working with them to help design what this kind of solution may look like, work with all the various partners, uh, drive through all of the data sharing agreements, and build a product that will be a delight to use and drive a useful service to the citizens of Boston.
Amazing. That's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, it's just so again so positive to see so many different things the Mass Bio. It's just to try and push that across and trying to connect that learning with the experience as well. So let's move on to the Lone Pine Foundation. So I'm completely, out of the loop of all of this. Obviously, you're working on this. Tell me more. Tell us more about Lone Pine Foundation then.
Yeah, we are a nonprofit, and it's interesting. Our revenue as an organization is about half driven by revenue generating opportunities that we drive ourselves, and then also the donations and the support of uh, individuals, the communities, and foundations that we work with. The Pine Foundation is a great example of that. They've been an amazing partner for years and years, and they have been helping us to drive our classroom improvements and classroom technology improvements in the Bay Area, specifically San Francisco and San Jose, and in New York. So two of our largest site where we host students in our offices that are owned and operated facilities is in New York City. So the hybrid technology for our classrooms to both have virtual attendees receive instruction from instructors in New York, and also our students in New York to be able to receive instruction in a hybrid manner from all around the country. That's really made possible by partners like Lone Pine Grant, by the Lone Pine Foundation and the grants that they offer year up. So it's a great example of earlier when I was talking, I'm used to corporate America where you have your budget and if the revenue goes up, revenue goes down.
Yeah.
Uh, that's what your technology budget is for the year. But we have excellent partners all around the country, and the Lone Pine Foundation is a great example of that. They've been a long-term supporter, and much of what we do from a technology standpoint wouldn't be possible without their support.
Absolutely. Excellent. Amazing. So in terms of like just kind of jumping off of that, because obviously a lot of it's focused on the tech side of it, and I'm assuming like the students were obviously trying to obviously got to use that technology, etc. How do we bridge that gap? Like, are we talking about mainly younger students, or do we have students from all different age groups? Just getting an idea, because there's also a generational gap as well, isn't it, with learning technology? How do we bridge it?
It's interesting. Our primary direct service model is for students 18 to 29. And you're right. That may sound young to someone who's in his 40s like me, but that's really a pretty wide age gap. And that's something that our academic teams and our program leaders really do have to take into account, because we may have a wide disparity of maturity in our program participants. You may have students who are fresh out of high school and have been recommended to year up by other family members who have gone through the program, and this has now been in their family now for, they've had cousins, they've had brothers and sisters who have attended it. This has been their plan for years. We have other students who, may have children, maybe single mothers who are, working full time and trying to educate themselves and better themselves and get into, a higher paying position. So there really is a lot of factors that go into how our direct service model approaches and connects with our students. And one of the things that I love about Year Up is that all staff members are expected as part of their roles to participate in the learning experience, in the work-based learning experience of our students. So with our direct service model, you get some of that direct coaching from experienced professionals to help kind of smooth the edges in some of our curriculum. Curriculum can be hard. It is a very rapid 6 months. It's a lot. Homework assignments, full almost 40 hours of instruction during the week. And it's a lot. And having that mentor, having that coach available to kind of help you individually is a big part of our program.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that as well, because obviously in my capacity as a instructor, trainer, facilitator, as well. So I definitely see where the generational gaps are. I teach from people that could be in their 50s, even a lot older than that, compared to those that might be just starting off in their careers, just trying to create that balance, but also trying to get them to use the technology and make it a little bit more cohesive. I think that's the kind of the trick there as well, so they can all learn from each other. But it's really good to see as well that we've got this element of acknowledging that where you have got maybe perhaps like single mothers or single parents in general, and how they can try and juggle their 9 to 5 or their day-to-day job as well as learn and have that growth up the career path. Would you say that that is probably one of the biggest reasons why Here Up is such a good company in general because of it's trying to really kind of push on that career growth for those that are underrepresented?
I think that is one of the things that really attracts a lot of talented professionals. You know, there's a lot of folks at Europe who have worked in nonprofit organizations all their life. That was their mission, that was their calling. They knew that early on in their careers. And there's a lot of folks like myself who spent a long time in corporate America in more traditional roles. And I was exposed to Year Up through hiring Year Up alumni. I'm like, oh, that program sounds really cool. And as you know, my career progressed, it was always an organization I was very impressed by. And when an opportunity came up and they had a job opening that fit, it was interesting. It was like December of 2019. So I was hired in February of 2020, and I had given notice, several weeks notice of my prior organization. So I didn't start till late March 2020. It was a little wild at the time.
Yeah,
Um, but
definitely.
you have a great mix of folks who have real life corporate America experience at some of the large partners or similar to the large partners that we work with to provide internships for our students. And then also folks who are just incredibly passionate and been doing nonprofit work their entire careers. So it's a great mix of talented professionals just really driven by the mission and wanting to help our students um, pursue their dreams.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I feel as though, there's a lot of obviously a lot of divide, either that's financial divide, either that could be in terms of culturally as well. And again, it's just nice to see that Europe is actually not treating anyone any differently, but it's like, right, you've all got access to build on your career path and build on that growth and educate yourselves as well. So it's providing that positive opportunity for everyone and not just to particular groups, which is so positive to see. So I know, like, on my research of Here Up, I just wanted to kind of briefly touch on the Black Opportunity Alliance. Are you able to just give a bit of a high level overview as to what that is?
Absolutely. The Black Opportunity Alliance is an organization of alumni, uh, talented professionals in our overall network that are driven to improve the overall equity of Black professionals in the United States. One of our guiding principles here, Ear Up, is lift while you climb. And we have almost 25 years now of alumni who have successfully moved on to corporate careers, have moved up and up in their careers. And we really, really try to drive that network approach so that when our alumni graduate, they're not alone. They're now part of tens of thousands of alumni across the country, and really try to drive that network approach, uh, drive the opportunity for talented professionals across the country to have opportunities to mentor our students. I've talked extensively of what the expectations are for our staff members. We're only so many folks. We really want to multiply the effort and attract like-minded professionals who can help mentor, help our students. We're not trying to do this all ourselves. We really want to empower our students, empower our networks to the benefit of all.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's great. And how would one sign up to this? So what would be the way, I mean, not just for the Black Opportunity Alliance, but for any of the initiatives in place, how would one go about joining up or contacting yourselves?
Yeah, the best thing to do is go to our website, www.yearup.org. Um, that is the go-to place to sign up if you are looking to participate in any one of our programs all around the country. And I have to admit, I could not rattle off which programs are available in which markets around the country, but there's also opportunities there to volunteer either as a donor, um, work with our talented events and um, uh, marketing teams around the country that are running events, all throughout like New York, Boston, DC, Bay Area. But our website is really the place to go. and
Yeah.
more things coming soon on the Boston project. That one is still in the works.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll definitely look forward to hearing more about that. So, for those of you who are listening that are in the States, whether you are Boston, New York based, etc., feel free to check out the website and definitely get in touch with yearup.com. So, is it yearup.org? Sorry.
Yep, Europe,
Yeah,
Europe.org, Europe.org.
yearup.org. I knew I'd get that wrong. Okay,
That's
so
okay.
just in a nutshell, I mean, I guess probably in your own opinion, what would be your opinion on how we can enable growth for diverse communities? I mean, obviously, like in terms of Europe, absolutely great, loads of initiatives. Is there anything else that you think we could do more of? And this is not just to those in America or corporate America. This could be like to a lot of us that are trying to enable growth for different people.
I think the biggest thing is to do something.
Mm,
And I'll bring up Grads of Life, Europe's consulting arm. So we've been talking mostly about the direct service side of Europe, where we are directly providing services to our students and our participants. Europe also has a consulting arm where we work with major organizations all around, primarily the United States, uh, to help show them the benefits to their organization by looking at a skills first and diverse hiring model. So we've worked with a number of major organizations around the United States to help kind of coach them and analyze their hiring patterns and understand, like, do you need, for example, 4-year degrees as requirements for many of your entry level roles? Can you look to a skills first approach where you were looking for what are the skills you need, um, what are the job responsibilities, and how can you look to diverse talent to fill those gaps? Uh, Especially with traditional 4-year college degrees really pricing out more and more of the population in the United States. Um, this kind of approach and this kind of training to different organizations is kind of the the way we are trying to enact systems change in addition to direct service. So if you work for a large organization, take a look at gradsoflife.org. That is our consulting arm, and we can happily partner with major organizations, again, primarily in the United States, but there are some global organizations mixed in there as well, um, to help analyze hiring patterns, analyze how you can drive a more diverse um, and retention and skills based strategy for your hiring.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And again, as well, like even things like, I mean, for example, like over here, we have things like degree apprenticeships. So you get to study towards a degree as well as work as well, and taking that time out to skill up as well as to grow as well in your own careers. And that's within so many different areas. So it's really good to see that this is now something that is happening in a wider space. And obviously, and I've obviously worked within that within those areas as well, so I definitely can see the the opportunities that are there, but the advantages as well for not only the person who's going through the process and obviously kind of learning the skills in order to succeed in that position, but also what the companies get, the organizations get so much more commitment from those that are on program as well. So it's really, really fantastic, really positive initiatives in place.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things to stress is that income inequality is not getting any better. If anything, it's accelerating. And whatever an individual can do, please try to do something. That is probably the number one message I'd want to share. Now,
Yeah,
I've taken a choice in my professional career to work at an organization like Ear Up, but I would definitely, recommend anyone try to find something to do to help.
absolutely. Brilliant. And on that note, about doing something now, aside from your chief technology officer role, you're also a screenwriter. So tell me a little bit about how you balance having this creative, I say this creative interest and pathway as compared to what you do, obviously at Year Up.
I'd say it's all about balance. working, at any organization, there's going to be pressures, there's going to be deadlines, there's going to be a lot of things to do. I really found as an escape, especially during the height of the pandemic, writing was something that I really, really enjoyed. Uh, and screenwriting, wasn't a skill I picked up until my 40s, but it really, I enjoyed it. It became a passion very, very quickly. And, thankfully I've, improved pretty quickly, and other people have liked my work too. So it's been really rewarding to find something that is enjoyed by others, that you enjoy yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. And obviously, and definitely understand when you have such a busy lifestyle, and obviously, you're a family man as well. You've got your role at Year Up plus the screenwriting. I mean, do you find that it's difficult to juggle to make sure you maintain that interest? Because I know I struggle with it, and I'll always put my hands up to that. Currently, I haven't written a thing for about probably a year now, and how do you I mean, are you finding time for this? I'm sure a lot of us would love to hear or at least see that they might be in a similar position as us, maybe.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, no lie. It is definitely difficult. And since I took over the position of chief technology officer, it has I haven't been writing as much. I've been writing a little bit, but it's tough. And the writing has always been enjoyable.
Mm.
Being in screenwriting or really any profession, it's a lot of the other work that goes around it, the networking, the writing synopsises, the submitting to, like, all of the things, doing pitch decks, like all of the work around the writing that is really like a full-time job. That is something I have to admit I have not had time for over the past year or so. I've done a little bit of writing, but not much. Been doing a lot of reading, actually. I find that is kind of like de-stressing. I think the next thing I might want to tackle is writing a novel. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to that now. And now you've just said it on the Mel Hurry show. Everyone that watches is definitely gonna hold you to that as well. So we'll definitely touch base on that. But no, but on a serious note though, I mean, obviously having that balance is really key. I mean, are there any sort of ways, I guess, any sort of things that you could probably advise on the reasons why you need that creative outlet, or anything that you could kind of, yeah, provide some advice on that?
Yeah, I think balance between creative outlets, exercise, anything to de-stress. We all live very stressful lives. There's a lot of responsibilities, no matter what your position, family life. There's so much going on that finding an opportunity to just de-stress, however, is appropriate for you, is so important. I tend to try to exercise in the mornings. And when I was really diligent and I was in the middle of projects, I would try to not watch things like Netflix before I went to bed,
Yeah.
and instead, like, even if it was a page or two or a scene, write something every night. And it takes a little while, but it took me, I'd say, a little over 3 months to write the first draft of my feature, Typhoid Maria. And it was really like a little bit here, a little bit there. And some nights I didn't write anything new. I just read over the last few scenes and made some changes, and made some dialogue changes, edited along the way. But that little bit here, a little bit there, a couple pages at a time, it adds up. And then all of a sudden, like, hey, I've got 90 pages and I'm well into act three. Like, now I can't put it down. I've got to finish writing this. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun to lose yourself in another universe of your creation.
Definitely, and I think that's exactly it. It's like it's the opportunity to lose yourself in a different world that is so separate to other things. And you've had a lot of success as well with Typhoid Maria as well, haven't you?
It really has been a lot of fun. Professional table read at the Paris International Film Festival, where it won Best Screenplay for Change. It's won multiple awards at screenplay competitions in the New York City area, including the Big Apple Film Festival. Won awards in LA as well. So it's been wild. It's been great. Really, it's been a fun I haven't gone to every film festival like the one in Paris, but it's been like a global phenomenon over the last couple of years, and it's really been great to have that exposure and meet outstanding creative professionals all around the world.
Definitely, yeah. And again, like you say, it's just such a different world from what we would do, obviously, on a day to day, but both making an impact. And I think this is the point that makes it worthwhile of having, the I guess two different paths that you're kind of a part of. They're both rewarding in themselves. And that's kind of again, of course, other than your wonderful family, but it kind of gives you that the purpose of getting up in the morning and say, right, I'm making a difference in my role as a CTO, and I'm making a difference in my role as a screenwriter, as well as being like a father, husband, etc. So, yeah, absolutely, I can definitely see that. Again, I say risk with reward, and there you go, you've got your reward there.
Yeah, need to even working at an organization like Europe, which is an amazing organization. There's still stress, there's still pressure, and you need a break even from an amazing organization with an outstanding mission. It's great to have personal time, some work-life balance, and pursue things that really give you joy.
Absolutely. Tim, is there anything else that you would like to say to the viewers and listeners of the Mel Hurry Show?
Yeah, I think we're all in this together. Like incoming inequality is just accelerating, and we're an organization. It's a great organization. Go to our website. We accept donations from all over the world, and the more resources we have, the more services we can provide, and the more different markets we can break into. I'll tie it back to one of the things you shared about different ages. We're experimenting with services to deliver to high school students. And we have some train the trainer programs with major school systems in the United States where we provide versions of our curriculum for high school students so they can get some professional career training while still in high school. So in the New York public schools, we have a pilot program. We'll probably be starting on the West Coast as well.
Mm.
But we're really trying to reach out and close the opportunity divide as best we can. And it's really going to take, more than year up, try to find ways that we can partner with other organizations, partner with major foundations who are mission aligned, and really make a difference in people's lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's all about kind of gearing our younger generations up for what the real world is gonna, what is gonna, what they can anticipate from the real world, I guess. Because a lot of the time is we're kind of mollycoddled or almost babysat when we're in, from such a young age right up until we finish, even towards college, which what we would call university here. And then all of a sudden there's the big wide world. And you just don't know how to cope. And I think, if anything, that's a really good way of just trying to say, right, this is what is expected of you in a professional market, whether that is corporate America or whatever area of professionalism. Excellent. Absolutely love that.
Yeah. So thank you for having me on. This has been a blast.
Absolutely amazing, Tim, as always. Thank you so much for being a guest. And guys, I'm going to put the links into the descriptions below, so please make sure you check out Europe. And also feel free, Tim, are you on Instagram and socials? Can people connect with you on there, or?
Absolutely. Tim Porter Writes is my Instagram handle. It's a great place to connect with me as my writer persona. From a professional persona, you can find me as Timothy Porter on LinkedIn. Search
Excellent.
Timothy Porter Europe. Should be able to find me on LinkedIn.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Tim, for being such a fab guest.
Thank you for having me, Mel.
I hope you enjoyed the show. For more content on social media, don't forget to follow at Mel Hurry Films on Instagram, or you can email me at themelhurry@gmail.com. Take care. Bye.